In Excel functions, now we will go to basic functions. We will see what are the basic functions that we have included in this lecture. Okay. So basic functions. In Excel, there are 4 different types of functions. They are logical functions, aggregate functions, lookup functions, and financial functions. Logical functions are if, and, etc. that are used to evaluate a condition. A commonly encountered question is whether we shall include tax in our calculations. For questions like these, we include logical functions. Logical functions are explained well in this lesson. The other remaining functions will be explained towards the end of the lecture in appropriate sections. Aggregate functions are functions like COUNTIF, SUMIF, etc., which are used to add together data that is kept in either a vertical list or a horizontal list. Now, what are lookup functions? Lookup functions are VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, etc., used when we need to be searching or looking up a value to return a particular data from among a collection of data. And financial functions, what are they? They are functions used in financial modeling in Excel spreadsheet and are functions like NPV, IRR, PMT, etc. Some of these functions are dealt with in the later portion of this lesson. So first, what we will do is we'll go and explain what are basic functions. So what are those functions? It is sum, max, min, count, and average. Sum actually adds a list of cells. Max tells us what is the maximum value which is present in a list of cells which we have given to the function. Minimum is again the minimum value from a list. Count is the number of times a particular cell is repeated is what is the count. And average is what is the average value of all the cells that we have given to the function. So we will go to the spreadsheet and then try to explain what each of these means. So before we go to the spreadsheet, we have to understand that when we actually click on a cell, the formula bar gives us the value which is present in that cell. So if I have clicked in G1, which is highlighted, that cell, the content of that cell is given in the formula bar, which is a nothing. But H1 has April. Let's see what appears in the formula bar. It appears, actually April comes in formula bar. So likewise, if we go to each and every cell, it will give the value which is present in that cell. So if I go to G2, it is admin. G3, it is printing. Okay. H3, it is 8,000. So that is how it is actually reflected. But it's not just value which is present in an Excel spreadsheet. We can also have formulas. So if I go to a cell which has a formula, then the formula bar displays that. Here in this spreadsheet, we have for the month of April, we have listed the expense items one after the other. Now if we go to total admin and if you go to H7, that is the cell after total admin, there is a formula there. So what it means is that there is a formula in the value of that cell. So that formula will be executed and the value will be displayed based on that formula. So that is what happens in the Excel spreadsheet. And all the other cells, if there is no formula, if there is a value, it displays that value. So that is how in spreadsheet normally it happens. Now, we'll take a look at the spreadsheet and see that we have expense items listed in the spreadsheet. Now, here what we are trying to see is we are trying to explore what is the basic functions which we have explained. So what are the basic functions we have explained? We have explained that sum is a basic function, max is a basic function, min is a basic function, count and average. So we'll see what is the meaning of sum, or what exactly that sum basic function means. Sum is nothing but addition. It adds a few cells. That is all what we know from here. Now we will see how it is actually done in a spreadsheet. So if we go to the spreadsheet, there are cells from H3, H4, H5 and H6. In this spreadsheet, what we have done is we have added cells from H3 to H6. And where we have added it? We have added it in the cell H7. So if we go to H7, we say that it's a sum. It is addition of cells H3 to H6. Colon means 2. So from H3 to H6, it is all those cells are added, the values in those cells are added and is placed in the value portion of H7. So which is 11800. So that is what is the basic function sum. The same thing is done in H12, where the property charges are added and kept. So total property, if you see, it's from H9 till H11, H9 till H11. So it is added and it is kept in cell H12. In the grand total, what we have done is we have added cells H7 and H12. So that is what goes on in this spreadsheet. So we have explained what is sum and how we add the cells to make it into the value portion of the cell. Next, we'll take a look at what is the other functions, max, min and average. So for that, what we have done is we have actually got yields, average yields of any particular vegetable product in tons. And we have actually listed a few places down in London, New York, Sydney and Moscow. So we are listing down the average yield we obtain from these places. So that is month wise we are listing it down. So in the month of January we have 2 tons from London, 4 tons in the month of February, 6 tons in the month of March, etc. So likewise on a place wise we have listed this average yield down. So we have got it for a 6 monthly period from January till June. Now what we have done is under max we are trying to find out, we are trying to use the function max. Max, what does it give? It gives the maximum value from a list of cells. So here when we go to max, in the formula bar, we have seen that it is taking argument from B21 till G21. So what is B21? It is the average yield in the month of January. From that till G21, which is the average yield, which is the yield in the month of June. So all these values are given to the function max and it is calculating what is the maximum from all these values. And the max says it is 8, which is correct because in the month of April the maximum yield has occurred. So that is the function max. Similarly, the function min, what it is, it gives the minimum value from a set of values which is given to it in the argument. In the argument it is B21 till G21, which is the same. So B21 till G21. So from this list, that is from this list, what is the minimum value that is reflected in the cell under minim? So which is 2. In the month of January we have only 2 tons, which is the yield. So that is listed under 2. Likewise, average means what is the average of all these values? 2, 4, 6, 8, 4, 5, all these values. What is the average? That is reflected in average, because in the formula bar we have used the function average, and it is for the argument B21 till G21. So hope you understood the different basic functions in Excel.